A few days after the 100 Beasts Festival closed. Inside Professor Secret's cramped but orderly office. Professor Secret, voice grave yet oddly serene. I heard the news from Professor Jaredin. The two curses both merged with Bazura's power and became one. That self-same fusion settled in your body as a power source. Something akin to a core. Naturally, that's only a half solution. The seal, imposed by the curse, still lies heavy. For comparison's sake, imagine individual poisons mixing. You don't cancel them out to create a new, unpredictable toxin. Ronan drops his gaze to the faint ember-colored glimmer beneath. The fabric of his tunic is core. It pulses once, like a muffled heartbeat. Ronan, brow raised but voice steady. Considering how calmly you're talking. It means this isn't a life or death issue at least not yet, right? He exhales, then admits with the faintest crooked grin. Actually, it's been pretty useful so far. Still, curse removal is the end goal. Is there a real way out? Professor Secret narrows his eyes, studying the young swordsman. You're more resolute than before. Something changed. Ronan, pupils like flint, voice turning almost solemn. I just realized I have to pull myself together. There's one more promise I absolutely have to keep at any cost. Surprise flickers over the professor's features. He composes himself, and then smiles gently. Professor Secret, right? I see. Then you've arrived. At the perfect moment I have just completed only moments ago. The research needed to lift one of your curses. Ronan practically leaps up, knees bumping the desk. Arili Hura, tell me, what should I do? Calm down. The professor chuckles, then speaks with formal precision. The procedure is the same as before. Enter your inner world. Force the curse to manifest. Search for its source. Cut it down. However, his tone turns steel hard. This time the curse won't show its face so easily. It will employ every trick, every defensive measure, every layer of deception to protect itself. The professor then says, to sustain your inner world long enough, we need two things: a massive reservoir of mana and a catalyst. The mana I can gather barely. The catalyst, that's the sticking point. The professor then asks, have you ever heard of a place called Manhwa? Ronan tilts his head, brow creasing. The demonic realm in the southwest. Are you talking about that black stone so rare it's almost myth even there? The professor nods once, gravely. No. Need for further explanation. You know it well. Yes, the Danhar Mountain Magic Stone. A side panel of memory as if the very walls whisper, Danhar Mountain Magic, stone top-tier arcane substance. Able to store dense mana and concealed secrets. When a single chip appears at Imperial auction, records shatter. Its value, incalculable. Secret reaches into a velvet-lined box, removing a jagged fragment no bigger than a sunflower seed. It glints with midnight iridescence. This tiny sliver cost me several years' salary. Ronan, jaw tight, asks quietly, couldn't we spare your pockets a bit? Use less. Unfortunately, no, the scholar replies, shaking his head. For stability, the stone must be at least the size of a thumb. Hence, even though I've finalized the ritual, I hesitated to call you. Could you wait a little longer? I'll ransack every archive for a substitute catalyst. Ronan shuts his eyes, inhales through his nose, inner monologue, a weary sigh. Do I have a choice? It's in the top 3 places I vowed never to return to, but I'm the one in need. I can't complain. When he opens his eyes again, they're already charting a route back to that merciless desert. The scene then shifts to Ada Shan. She strolls under tangled branches, alone, but her mind betrays her drifting back. To that incident, flashback starts in Ada Shan and a bright red-haired scout pick their way through warehouse shadows. In the center, a wooden crate draped in coarse linen. Dust motes spin in arrow-slanted light. Red-haired scout, whispering, is what's inside really the alpha? Ada Shan nods briskly, trusting the beast's unseen reports. According to the animal's senses, it's definitely the alpha. If it was hurt during capture, we'd better check right now. She lifts the cloth. The alpha's formless aura condenses, warps, shapes itself, until Ronan's face stares back. Ada Shan's jaw drops. Panic flushes her ears scarlet. Instinctively, she flings the cloth over Ronan's head, as though smothering fire, then turns to the scout. Ada Shan, mortified, voice cracking. Please, you saw nothing. Not a word about this to anyone ever. Flashback dissolves. Color returns. Ada Shan now leans against a tree, cheeks aflame. She mumbles to herself, half pep talk, half flustered confession. I keep replaying that scene, and now I can't look Ronan in the eye. But maybe the alpha's change was its way of thinking. The only person who believed in my dream, right? That's gotta be it. Nothing to be ashamed of. Ada Shan. Next time you meet him, et him proudly. Cue, a gust of wind ruffling leaves. She peeks around the trunk, canned. There he is. Ronan, sword belt slung, gazing skyward. Ronan, murmuring to no one. Gladly, like always, today's weather is nice. Ada Shan whispers, eyes saucer wide. Why? Now of all times. She inhales, forces shoulders square. Step out casually, greet him. Yet, she's still half hidden when Ronan turns. Ronan, what are you doing there? He blinks, hand instinctively on hilt. You startled me. Did you see something you shouldn't? Age Shan stutters. Face incandescent. Unknown. Nothing. Really. Ronan relaxes. Chuckles. A good. If I tease nothing, that's a relief. On an impulse, he reaches out, fingers curling around her wrist warm. Steady actually. You're here at the perfect time. I need you to come with me. There's a place we have to visit together. I'm going to forge a weapon. Age Shan, startled. A place. A weapon. What are you talking about? Ronan grins, sharpening into excitement. It's been bugging me that I haven't shown it to you. Trust me, just come. I'm going to get you something worth dying for. The scene then shifts to a bleak ruin, which is noon-tinted blood-rich. Pillars jut like the ribs of a colossal beast. Torn banners flap. Corpses fresh and old sway on hooks. The horizon is a charcoal smear. A solitary woman, draped head to toe in immaculate white, stands amid the devastation. Expression unreadable. White-robed woman. Voice ethereal. The leader himself has issued a direct order. A crimson pool nearby churns, bubbles, then births. A man. The man then says, to be summoned by the stern agent of the star. So BIT, with our repeated failures at Brigia and Baron, our plan has suffered severe setbacks. This time, there can be no node room for even the slightest mistake. He tilts his head toward the woman. Shall we depart, Uria, to the demonic realm Danor? And with this, the chapter ends. I will be covering the further chapters on this channel, so subscribeth. Next chapter would be released within 24 hours.